Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Eliz, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode Skyblock. In the last episode, we automated the Wither. So we made this little cool portal contraption and all these block placers and some circuitry and all that kind of fun stuff, and was able to completely automate the Wither. I haven't really done too much with it, so hopefully this stuff holds up and doesn't break. But when we need a lot of stuff from a lot of nether stars and all that kind of stuff, I will make sure I kind of keep an eye on it and all that kind of fun stuff. We discovered last time that the terra steel was broken. I went ahead and fixed that. It was a pretty easy fix. What I did was I added droppers and another block here just to kind of make sure that nothing pops out this way. And the droppers are putting the items onto a hopper that's then going into the open crate, which is then going onto the terrestrial agglomeration plate. So this is basically just how it works. And this guy, I'm just going to leave him on, doesn't really matter. But yeah, so this works just fine. Get terra steel. So yeah, I think that was about it. I still need to automate some more stuff with the bees, making frames specifically, and maybe even automating hives. I think we could do that pretty easily with just some pipes. Replace this chest with a different one, and same with the output. So there's a lot of things we can do over here automation wise with bees, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I am starting to look ahead because we are getting close to the point where we can make our first creative energy cell. And when I say we're getting close to the point, I mean we're like another 50 episodes away. Okay, I joke at that, but at the same time, we are still quite a ways away. We have automation, but then we need to get the supplies. So let's take a look at the creative energy cell because that's what our focus is. So first things first, this is what our current crafting grid looks like. Now, if we take a look at this, pellets of RTG fuel are easy enough. We can actually handle that pretty well. I think, let's see, each of those takes 3. We need, what, 8 or 9? 8. We need 8 of those, so that is 24. We have plenty of plutonium for that. So we could actually go ahead and make those if we wanted to. I'll worry about those later, but that is something that is completely and utterly within our realm. The enhanced Galgadorian blocks, we're going to need a lot of those, and that is completely automatable. We're going to need about 30 of those. I think it's like 28 in total, but let's just see 30. The problem is we're going to need a lot more obsidian, a lot more glowstone. I think, yeah, we're going to need a lot more glowstone. We're going to need mushrooms, which we're going to start growing today. We need sugar cane, spider eyes, gas tears, slime balls, and blaze powder are a lot. We're going to need like 14,000 of those, and then a bunch of diamond. So, on one hand, yeah, we can automate it, but we need a lot of resources still. So that's kind of where we're at with that one. And then the inner 2 rings. So the draconic flux capacitors, we've automated everything up to wyvern cores. So that part, we can make the wyvern flux capacitors. That's not that difficult, and we can automate this pretty easily. We'll worry about that later. We'll make another smeltery just for redstone and all that kind of fun stuff, and we'll have systems in place for that. Because automation is going to be required. But the trick with this one is Awakened Draconium. And Awakened Draconium is going to require us to get a lot of Dragon Hearts. We're going to need at least 16, I think more, because each of these energy cores, each of the Awakened cores rather, requires a block. We can make 4 blocks with every Dragon Heart. And so each one of these capacitors requires a Dragon Heart plus a little bit. So we're going to need probably between 16 and 20 Dragon Hearts. And, well, in this version of Minecraft, we don't have the luxury of making the little end crystals to resurrect the dragon. We have the Resurrection Stone from Draconic Evolution, which requires a lot of resources. The Resurrection Stone requires 4 mob souls, plus a ton of wyvern cores and draconium, and it's not fun. To put it lightly, it's not fun. Plus there's this whole ritual you have to do, and it's not going to be a good way to do this. However, there is one other way. We can't make the dragon dimlet that I would normally do because we can't make any other dimensions. Which is a shame because, well, yeah, I'd like to, but we can't. The answer is bees. The answer is always bees. So there is a draconic bee that we can breed eventually. Where is he? Let's see. Am I just not seeing the bee? Yes, I am not seeing the bees. So the draconic bees, one, their output is draconic dust, which you can eventually make into dragon eggs, which is really nice. Soulful wax we can get from soul combs. That's something we'll worry about later. But we can get dragon eggs from them. And the neat thing is, if there is a dragon egg on the ground, not like placed, but like item form, they will resurrect a dragon. That is their special effect. So we'll have one of those in the end, and we will just kill the dragon a bunch of times. We'll get a ton of draconium from that as well, so it's win-win. We just gotta kind of focus on getting bees. So that's gonna be probably something I'll work on here soon. I'll do a little bit more automation with that, but mostly just expand. Once we get to... So we've been working on bees, trying to get imperial bees. I'm trying to get those purebred so that we can start collecting royal jelly. I might stop working with these guys and focus on getting the industrious bees as well, so that we can maybe work towards getting alvearies, and specifically the mutator. Because there is ways, I don't know if in this version nether stars or uranium will cause mutations. One of them will cause mutations 100% of the time, and so that's going to be how we're going to get the bees we need to get the infinity bees to get into Gendistry. And once we get to Gendistry, then everything will be fine. So kind of just talking a little bit widely on all this stuff. So we're going to work on that stuff later. But then the other thing we're going to need is the quantum solar panels. We're going to need 9 of those, and these things are also a pain. It's going to require a lot of Sonarium as well as Iridium. So we're going to work on IC2 automation today, but before we do, I want to go start growing brown mushrooms. And in order to do that, where is my, seed storage? Oh, over here. 10 seeds. I don't have brown mushrooms in... Oh, okay, I do have brown mushrooms in there. Good. I thought ahead. Thank you, Pass Me. So we're going to start with brown mushrooms. Now, brown mushrooms require darkness to grow. This is bad. However, we're going to make things easier. We're going to make a magnum torch. So this thing is not that bad to make, and it will prevent spawning in a fairly large radius, regardless of block light. So we're going to make one of these. In order to make one of these, we're going to need 5 chandeliers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy enough. And we're going to need some potions. Is it instant health 2? Because if it is, we already have it. Yes, instant health 2 and regeneration 2. And which I think we can just take this guy. And let's grab glowstone dust, and we can brew that to a potion of regen 2 pretty quickly. And then the last thing we're going to need for this guy is some bedrockium, which is just Mox nuclear fuel smelted up. And so we're going to need 3 plutonium and some uranium. Nothing too difficult, but we do need to get into our little outfit so that we don't die. 3, and there's 2 Mox nuclear fuels. Perfect. Don't do that. we have to alloy smelt them. And we should be able to pop back into our armor. And there's the bedrockium. Oh, and our one thing is trying to prevent this. But just do that. That. Instant health. And regeneration too. Perfect. So this will make us a magnum torch. And that will be that. So one thing that I don't know if we have over there or not is, do we have a harvester for the mushrooms? I don't remember if I put one down or not. I know we have everything over here. By the way, I was running out of chili peppers over here, so it does not look like we have the setup for the. Okay, so we're gonna have to do some stuff with this, but we can go ahead and start placing down some mycelium every once in a while. Actually, it doesn't matter. We're gonna watering can it all, so it doesn't really make a difference. And this doesn't need to have any water or anything like that, so we're not gonna worry about that either. But we'll get that growing soon enough. But there's a couple other things that we're gonna need to make first. So one thing that we're gonna need is we're going to want to have let's see, we're gonna need some pipes as well as the harvester. Hopefully I can remember everything. But we're gonna get this guy automated. And what I'm probably gonna do with this farm over here is compress all the diamond stuff into a bigger farm. And make more sugar canes, because that seems like a good idea. Also, one other problem I was having was this system was really causing issues. In fact, this thing is so backed up, I don't know why. But basically I've had to put some filters so that the pulverizer doesn't get things. So far I don't know that the redstone furnace can get anything too bad. I might need to put a filter on that so that we can't get a couple other things. But then I was getting in here aluminum empty things, empty canisters. These guys, because it's a 2x2 with aluminum. And so I've been trying to fix that. I've got a new filter on this guy that says don't include aluminum ingots. And basically, if I find out that something's wrong down here, I will come down here and see what's going on. But yeah, probably need to upgrade some machines and stuff like that. That'll be something later too. So do we have any more harvesters? No. Alright, so let's get some impulse item ducts. We have those. Let's get a harvester. You know what? I'll do the harvester later. The other thing we're going to need is dark glass. And that's kind of the big thing that we're going to need so that we don't have to worry about any sort of badness. So thickened glass is sandy glass. So let's teach the system how to make this because it's going to be easier for me. So sandy glass. I want to make sure it doesn't already know how to make thickened glass. It doesn't. So we can just throw this into here. So make some sandy glass. That'll take just a second, and then we can do a processing pattern that says sandy glass becomes thickened glass. It's just a pretty quick smelt. You can also do it in the induction smelter, but this works just fine. It's the same amount of like steps as well, so it doesn't really matter. And then we can finally teach dark glass. And we should probably teach blackout curtains as well. is wool, which we can craft. Alright, so that should be everything. And we just need to go to... alloy smelter only does those. Alright, let's take the sandy glass out. And instead we're going to do sand. We're going to do the other thing. So sand and glass makes two thickened glass. And we'll just erase this guy and put him back. Alright, so now we go to the induction furnace, induction smelter, and that'll work. So now I should be able to make some dark glass, and let's make 50 of it for right now. So that'll take a little bit of time. We should get a little bit pretty quickly though, and we can start getting things set up. Finally, I need a trash can. I'll set the rest of it up off camera, just because it's going to take a little bit of time. But let's go ahead and sleep. And ideally, what we can do is we can fly over there. We're going to place down the magnum torch, and I'm just going to kind of give you guys an idea of what it's going to look like. I should also grab my watering can. Just so that, I think I have a watering can in here. Yeah. Just so that we can spread the mycelium. So, the brown mushrooms require darkness to grow. This is why we have to do all of this stuff in order to make this happen. And basically what we're going to do is, well, we're going to run a pipe up. How do we want to do this? I guess we're going to have to run a pipe up this direction. And you can just go ahead and kind of demonstrate this a little bit. And this guy will not connect here. And we'll go up through here and connect around to this so that we can transfer the items pretty easily. So that'll be fine. And I can just go ahead and do this. All we have to do is disconnect that, and everything will be great there. So this is a fairly enclosed area, and what we're going to do is we're going to have dark glass around the entirety of it. Why dark glass? Well, light does not go through this at all. So it's fairly easy to kind of not have to worry about light levels. But what about mobs? Well, that's the thing. Mobs will spawn in darkness, obviously. So what we need to do is just place this magnum torch somewhere around here, like right, well, center-ish. And it'll light up an area, and now, really cool thing, if I hit F7 and remove all these torches, you see there's some darkness in here. Now if we fly away, no mobs should spawn in there whatsoever. And that's kind of the idea, is we're going to have this bottom floor completely and utterly dark, and hopefully we'll never have any mobs spawn there, all because of the magnum torch. So that's the idea. And then we just kind of plant all of the brown mushroom spores, and we'll collect brown mushrooms and get those. So for right now, I'm going to throw these guys in here. I will come back and finish this up later. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these crop sticks. But yeah, so eventually we'll have enough dirt to kind of deal with all this stuff. Could probably take a bunch of onions or beans or soybeans. I don't know, actually. Can we compost these? I think if we look up dirt, it will tell us. So dirt recipe, composting in barrels. No. But we can use mushrooms, but I don't plan on it. But yeah, you get the idea. So I will finish this up between episodes, get a ton of, get the harvester at least, and get the brown mushroom spores planted, and at least start harvesting. And everything will be great. So for the rest of today's episode, what I want to work on is I want to start automating some IC2 stuff. Basically, we need to be able to make solar panels very, very easily. So I'm gonna put that back for now. The clippers will go in here for right now. Watering can go away. So yeah, solar panels. So we need the quantum solar panels. These require quantum cores, which requires enriched samarium and nether stars and ender eyes. That's all pretty straightforward. Enriched samarium is just a radiant uranium. We can make that, and then samarium. So nothing too difficult there. The samarium alloy requires a ton of iridium and advanced alloys. So what all can we make? Can we make advanced alloys? We can. But let's focus further back. So the ultimate hybrid requires either advanced or hybrid. Hybrids also require advanced, so I think we're just going to go straight from advanced to ultimate hybrids. So advanced solar panels, and then solar panels. So can we craft solar panels? We can. So we've done this before. So now next is advanced solar panels. Let's make some more blank patterns. While I'm thinking of it, let's make like 30. That'll take a little bit of time. So first of all, the first thing I want to do is I actually want to move this guy. The molecular transformer has two recipes: glowstone into samarium pieces and glowstone into samarium. So we're going to pick this guy up because we don't need him up there. We're going to put him down here. And I actually want to... how do I want to do this? We're going to take this pipe and we're going to move it over here. Because this metal former only does so many things on extruding mode. We're going to need it for fuel rods eventually, and then all the cables. So there's 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 cables that we will ever need. So this interface is going to have a lot of stuff. So what I want to do is I actually want to take these guys out, break the interface, and I want to break that cable. Did I pick it up? I did. And we're going to move the cable over to the other side because the compressor already has a lot of stuff. So we're just going to kind of make a better interface. Put that one there. And then we can put a chest on top of it and make things a little bit nicer. I might want to move things even more. But we can put molecular transformer here. And actually, no. Let's take these out and move it over 1. And then we're going to put a chest on top of this, and then we'll have some stuff, some piping, so we can do that. That'll be fine. And we can even include another machine if we need to. I don't know if we will. We'll see kind of what machines we need and all that kind of fun stuff. But let's grab some item ducts. And some servos. I need to teach the system how to make iron nuggets, I guess. It's an interesting thing to have to learn. Pretty simple, but and I need to expand the applied logistics system a little bit more. There's a lot of stuff to do, but let's go ahead and make some servos. Let's make like 10 of these. Oh, I know it's wrong. I'm gonna see. Do we have iron nuggets already? No, but the servos need to be re-encoded. So let's make an iron nugget and do that. Just so that it actually works. So now we should be able to do item ducts. We're going to grab these guys. Let's go ahead and make like 10 of these. That'll be pretty quick. Take 8 for now. We're going to want a chest, or like, actually, we don't need those small chests anymore, so we can turn those back into a big chest. Normal size chest, I should say. And that'll be fine. So we can set this up and put something like this. And we're just going to need item duct there, item duct there. And what I'm going to do, we could do one of two things. We could filter, and I think filtering is going to be the easiest thing. So the only thing, we need 2 filters. Actually, no, we only need 1 filter. So let's just grab some filters, and we're going to need glowstone. And do we have Cenarium? We do have a Cenarium piece. Perfect. So we can teach the system how to make Cenarium. So blink patterns, we have all of those. Perfect. Alright, so this will be easy enough. We do always active. Can I hit the interface? I can. Perfect. We're going to put a filter on this one that says blacklist glowstone. And then all we need is some power lines. So that is automated Cenarium pieces. Now, eventually we will need to actually make Cenarium itself, but we can as a simple craft. So we're going to need more cables, glass fiber cables, which we can also automatically make. The only thing that we don't have access to is 10 item casings. So we'll need to make another metal former. But that's not that big of a deal. So there is 3 more machines kind of all taken care of. So let's take a look at the advanced solar panels. We have the advanced alloys, we have the solar panels, we have advanced circuits, I do believe. This is bothering me. Pardon me for a second. Whoops. There we go. Much better. Alright, so we have advanced circuits. Okay. Advanced alloys. So we're going to need irradiant glass panes. Irradiated? No, I guess it is irradiant. And we have some. Don't have those. Uranium we have as well, but we don't have that automated. So these guys are made from reinforced glass, irradiant uranium, and glowstone dust. So, do we have reinforced glass? No. Well, that is something we should be able to tell the system how to make pretty easily. And there we go. So there's that. Let's take one of those, and we can teach that. And then we just need the irradiant uranium. So uranium, this is going to be the issue. So this stuff is made with an irradium ingot, which we need to, there's a way we can get it from, let's see, the crushed, compressed, or enriched fuel. So we're going to use the crushed, compressed. So crushed uranium ore. We can carry this stuff, it's not a problem. I don't know if we can do the same with the other, but we can put it into the compressor and that will work just fine. By the way, this can take any amount of power, so we don't have to worry about any transformers or anything like that. So the uranium ingot just went into the system. And hopefully this doesn't... Okay. Perfect. And then finally this guy plus glowstone gives us the irradiant version. Alright, and we're going to need to grab the uranium and tell the system over here how to make it. So we'll just come over here, and I don't know if it matters which one. It does, because we have filters. Or no, we have... This one has those two. I don't think it matters which one gets it, though. So what we're going to do... We're going to remove those. And let's just do it in here. Wait, is that not... Oh, it's a glowstone block. Okay. I can handle that. I don't think it really matters, but let's use the one that has the iron just because it's going to be easier. So we need to change that, re-encode it. We can get rid of that as well. So once the system knows that it exists, we can do that and then take it out, and now it always will know how to make that. So we just throw that in there. The compressor, which is, let's see, compressor. Oh, it actually has a name. I didn't know if it would or not. There we go, there's that, and then these two placed in there. Alright, so now we have all of the irradiant glass panes. Perfect. So what's the last thing in this recipe that we need to learn how to make? And that is the irradiant reinforced plate. So let's get advanced circuit. We're missing rubber. That is something else. Wait, no, we can bypass that. So is it... What is it that requires rubber? I bet it's the cable. And so let's take that one out. And we'll erase it because we have another one. And so can we make an advanced circuit now? If the system doesn't have both, then it knows to use the rubber bars. I'd rather use the rubber bars because we're getting those automatically. So that'll make the advanced circuit. So let's take a look at the last thing, and if we can get the advanced solar panels more or less automated, then that's fine enough for me. So this requires a cenarium piece, redstone, all that. So that's easy enough. But, whoops, we need to have the reinforced iridium iron plate, which requires this. So to make an iridium ingot, we need iridium. And is that poisonous? It's not. That's plutonium. That is not iridium. So luckily we have a bunch of stuff. I messed up. And we should be able to make one. Gonna want to just do a single run. And here very, very, very soon we're going to start automating this stuff again. Because we're going to need to. But once we get one iridium, and with that we're going to have this piping in. This is only ever going to make iridium. And once we get 4 of these creative cells, which is kind of insane, we can have as much iridium as we need. We can do a lot of different things. It's really cool. because we can then go ahead and make the creative, what is this called? The creative energy, creative tank, which is going to require a lot of bedrockium, but we can get bedrockium pretty easily then, and just fill up a bunch of bedrockium drums, and we can do a lot of really cool things. So this is something we're going to have to automate later with the replicator, but that's okay. So iridium ore, we need to tell the system that you take one of these and you compress it. This is why we're using the metal former as the multiple machines, so we don't have to use any more interfaces rather than the compressor, because we're going to need a lot of compressor recipes. But there is the iridium ingot. Encode that. Next part to this is the plate. And let's go ahead and put this into the compressor. And then after the plate, we're going to need carbon. Okay, we can make carbon plates. Let's make one of those. And we're going to need this plate, so let's go ahead and do that. And so once we have the carbon plates, which should not take too long, we can make the reinforced iridium iron plate. And then from that, we can make the advanced solar panel. So there's that. And then with this, we're just going to need to place these two in here and tell the system to make them. So, make one of these. So once we have all this done, I think the next thing I'm gonna work on. So I'm gonna start working on bees a little bit off camera. I will kind of bring you guys in every once in a while with that. Or like we'll start the next episode looking at bees, and then do something else. But kind of like how I did with the terrace deal, I kind of talk about what I had automated. I'm going to automate the frames, and I'm going to automate the hives a little bit more, so I can actually make them, and then we can start. I'll start making more apiaries and all that kind of fun stuff, and it should be fine. So let's see if this is done. But the other thing I'm going to start working on is applied energistics. We need more interfaces. We need more stuff. So we'll get there. But let's see. Can we make this guy now? No. What is it doing? It is pulverizing coal. Why is coal pulverizing so slow? What pulverizes it? I think one of the next things we're also going to do is upgrade all these machines. So these two are upgraded. But all of these guys can be upgraded to resonant, and then we can make them better. And the trick with that is, let's take a look at the pulverizer, for example. So the pulverizer you make with whatever machine frame you want, but you can also upgrade it, and it's relatively cheap. So rather than having to make let's say the reinforced frame, which requires all of this stuff, it's really expensive, especially on power. We can just take our basic one, give an electrum gear, some invar, a signalum gear, and some hardened glass or fused quartz, and get a reinforced. We add some silver and an inderium gear, and we have what we need. So much better stuff. Why are you trying? Do that. It keeps doing that, and I don't. There's so many things wrong with that system. I need to fix it. So that might be something else I do. Anyways, we should have what we need. Reinforced iridium plate. There we go. Put that as a standard craft, so nothing too difficult there. And now we should be able to automate advanced solar panels. if we do that, and then we just place that in here, and now we should be able to make advanced solar panels. So make one of those. It has to make a little bit more stuff, but not really much, and it'll make an advanced solar panel. So what do we do from that? Well, we can make either the ultimate hybrids or the hybrids. We're going to go straight for the ultimate hybrids. Now that's going to require enriched samarium alloys. So we're going to need enriched samarium. That's not too bad to do. It's just a lot of power and stuff, and then a lot of iridium. So none of this is too bad. Coal chunks are easy enough. I think we are. Do we have compressed cobalts? No. So we'll have to teach that to the compressor as well. So there's a lot of more recipes, but we can get the ultimate hybrid. And then from there, it's just another step to get to the quantum cores. And everything here is already automated. So it's just getting more crafting recipes in the system and getting enough supplies to actually do things with it. Why are you still... sound bugs. But anyways, how many wither skulls do we have? 68. Not bad. So that is pretty much it for the solar panels. And there is another advanced solar panel that I can actually go ahead and add right over here. So we have 2 of them now. And this will give us more power. And then every once in a while I can just kind of turn this guy on until he runs out of power. Now, I think one of the next things we're going to do is automate this process, or we're going to automate the nuclear reactors. If I make like 4 or 5 more nuclear reactors to power one of these guys, that's a lot. Or I could make a bunch of solar panels. Just depends on whether I want more plutonium or more power, because we're going to need to make an ultimate hybrid at some point, and that's just going to require a lot. So if we look at solar panels, can I make one of these yet? No, we still need 900 electrotene. So electrotene is the sticking point with that, but we'll get there. I could probably take these guys off and see if that works. So now let's take a look at this. One of those. So we have 4. No, we have 5, don't we? Doesn't count that one because it's full of power. So let's drain the power. Well, I would if that wasn't already like that. So let's just put that there. Turn these on. What colors are we? We're not really going for anything in particular. So that will drain this guy relatively quickly. And this is another way to get electrotene. We can just get the right color of stuff. Also, this guy is pretty much full. That is good. So we can remove this. Turn all these guys off. Get anything good? No, I don't think we did enough work. And now we can put this in the system and see how close we are to having the next solar panel. So, let's see, one of these. Nuggets. We literally just need nuggets. So I need to kind of adjust recipes and all that kind of fun stuff. But that is something I will kind of work on, again, off camera. I need to expand a lot of things. And honestly, the molecular assemblers, we're going to have like a couple rows of these, probably, just kind of sitting around. And I just need to move the systems around and all that kind of fun stuff. So that is going to be what I do off camera. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode. So we have automated advanced solar panels outside of the iridium. So that is probably one of the next things we'll worry about. And go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!